Welcome to our channel, Elevate English. Today, we continue our story. This is part 2 of the case of the missing necklace. In part 1, we met Lord Harrington. His wife's diamond necklace was stolen. We met the famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. We met his friend, Dr. Watson. We learned about the suspects. We found a gold button at the crime scene. Now, the investigation continues. The mystery is getting deeper. The truth is getting closer. Let us return to the story. My name is Dr. John Watson. I am a doctor. I am also a writer. I write about the cases of my friend, Sherlock Holmes. He is the greatest detective in the world. He can solve any mystery. He can find any criminal. He sees things that others do not see. He thinks in ways that others do not think. In part 1, we visited Lord Harrington's house. We examined the crime scene. We found a gold button. It was a clue. It was a small piece of evidence. But to Holmes, it was important. He never ignored small details. He believed that small details lead to big answers. We left Lord Harrington's house. We traveled back to London. The fog was thick. The streets were dark. I was tired. But Holmes was full of energy. He was excited about the case. He was thinking about the clues. He was thinking about the suspects. The next morning, we woke up early. Holmes was already dressed. He was sitting at his desk. He was writing in his notebook. He looked at me and said, "Watson, today we visit Mr. Blackwood. We need to ask him questions. We need to examine his clothes. We need to see if he is missing a button." I said, "Do you really think he is the thief, Holmes?" Holmes said, "I do not know yet, Watson. That is why we investigate. We cannot assume anything. We must gather evidence. We must find the truth. Mr. Blackwood is a suspect. But he is not the only suspect. We must keep an open mind." We left our apartment. We took a horse-drawn carriage. We traveled to Mr. Blackwood's house. The house was in a wealthy part of London. It was a large house. It had tall windows. It had a beautiful garden. It looked like the home of a successful man. We knocked on the door. A servant opened it. He looked at us with suspicion. He said, "Can I help you?" Holmes said, "We are here to see Mr. Blackwood. My name is Sherlock Holmes. This is my friend, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the disappearance of Lady Harrington's necklace. We would like to speak with Mr. Blackwood." The servant looked nervous. He said, "Please wait here. I will inform Mr. Blackwood." He closed the door. We waited outside. It was cold. The wind was blowing. I shivered. Holmes stood calmly. He looked at the house. He looked at the garden. He observed everything. He was always observing. After a few minutes, the servant returned. He said, "Mr. Blackwood will see you now. Please follow me." We entered the house. The inside was beautiful. There were expensive carpets. There were beautiful paintings. There was a large fireplace. The house smelled of wood and flowers. It was a comfortable house. It was a wealthy house. We walked into a large room. A man was sitting in a chair. He was reading a newspaper. He looked up when we entered. He was a tall man. He had dark hair. He had a serious face. He looked nervous. His hands were shaking slightly. He stood up. He said, "Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, please sit down. I have been expecting you." Holmes said, "Thank you, Mr. Blackwood. We appreciate your time. We have some questions for you. We hope you can help us." Mr. Blackwood said, "Of course. I will answer any questions. I have nothing to hide. I did not steal the necklace. I am innocent." Holmes said, "We are not accusing you, Mr. Blackwood. We are simply investigating. We need to gather information. We need to understand what happened that night." Mr. Blackwood nodded. He said, "I understand. Ask your questions." Holmes took out his notebook. He said, "Tell us about the party. What did you do that night?" Mr. Blackwood said, "I arrived at the party around 8 o'clock. I spoke to some friends. I had a drink. I talked to Lord Harrington. I danced with Lady Harrington. Everything was normal. I did not see anything suspicious." Holmes said, "Did you notice anyone acting strangely? Did you see anyone near Lady Harrington?" Mr. Blackwood thought for a moment. He said, "No, I did not see anyone. Everyone was having a good time. I did not notice anything unusual. Holmes said, "What about Lady Harrington? Did she seem normal? Did she seem worried?" Mr. Blackwood said, "She seemed happy. She was smiling. She was talking to everyone. She was wearing the necklace. It was beautiful. Everyone was admiring it." Holmes said, "You mentioned the necklace. Did you look at it closely?" Mr. Blackwood hesitated. He said, "Yes, I looked at it. It was beautiful. It was very valuable. I admired it. But I did not touch it. I did not steal it." Holmes said, "I understand. Now, let me ask you something else. You have been having money problems recently. Is that true?" Mr. Blackwood's face turned red. He looked angry. He said, "Who told you that? That is a private matter. It is none of your business." Holmes said, "I am sorry if I offended you, Mr. Blackwood, but I must ask these questions. The necklace is very valuable. People with money problems sometimes do desperate things. I am not accusing you. I am just trying to understand the situation." Mr. Blackwood took a deep breath. He calmed down. He said, "Yes, I have been having some financial difficulties. I made some bad investments. I lost a lot of money, but I did not steal the necklace. I would never do that. Lord Harrington is my friend. I have known him for many years. I would never betray him." Holmes said, "I believe you, Mr. Blackwood, but I must be thorough. I must examine all possibilities. Now, I have one more question. Can you show me your clothes from that night? I want to see the jacket you were wearing." Mr. Blackwood looked confused. He said, "Why do you want to see my jacket?" Holmes said, "Just a routine check. I want to examine the fabric. I want to see the buttons. It is a standard part of the investigation." Mr. Blackwood looked nervous. He said, I am not sure where the jacket is. My servant might have cleaned it. It might not be available." Holmes said, "Please check. It is very important." Mr. Blackwood called his servant. He said, "Please bring the jacket I wore to the party. It is in my closet. Bring it here." The servant left. He returned after a few minutes. He was carrying a beautiful black jacket. He gave it to Mr. Blackwood. Mr. Blackwood handed it to Holmes. Holmes examined the jacket carefully. He looked at the buttons. He touched the fabric. He looked at the pockets. He was very thorough. He took his time. He studied every detail. Suddenly, he stopped. He looked at the buttons. He counted them. He examined each one. He said, "Mr. Blackwood, your jacket has 4 buttons, but one button is missing. Look here." He pointed to a spot on the jacket. There was an empty thread. A button was missing. The thread was loose. The button had been torn off recently. Mr. Blackwood looked shocked. He said, I did not notice. I do not know how that happened. It must have come off at the party. I did not notice." Holmes reached into his pocket. He took out the gold button he had found at Lord Harrington's house. He held it up. He said, "Is this your button, Mr. Blackwood?" Mr. Blackwood looked at the button. He was very pale. He was shaking. He said, I do not know. It looks similar. It looks like my button, but I do not remember losing it. I do not know how it got there." Holmes said, "This button was found on the floor of the ballroom. It was found near the place where the necklace was taken. It is a very expensive button. It is made of gold. Only wealthy people wear buttons like this. It has a tailor's mark. It is from a tailor in London, a tailor who makes clothes for wealthy gentlemen." Mr. Blackwood was sweating. He said, "This is a coincidence. It must be a coincidence. I did not steal the necklace. I am innocent." Holmes said, "I am not saying you are guilty, Mr. Blackwood, but this is a strong piece of evidence. It connects you to the crime scene. It suggests that you were near Lady Harrington when the necklace was taken. It suggests that you lost your button at that time." Mr. Blackwood stood up. He was angry. He said, "I do not like what you are implying, Mr. Holmes. I am a respectable man. I have a good reputation. I did not steal the necklace. I did not take it. I am innocent. You have no proof. You have only a button. That is not enough." Holmes said, "You are right, Mr. Blackwood. A button is not enough. It is a clue, but it is not proof. I need more evidence. I will continue the investigation. I will find the truth. I will find a real thief. Mr. Blackwood said, I have had enough of this conversation. I have answered your questions. I have shown you my clothes. I have cooperated fully. I want you to leave now. I have nothing more to say. Holmes stood up. He said, Thank you for your time, Mr. Blackwood. I will continue my investigation. If you remember anything, please contact me. Any piece of information could be important. We left the house. Mr. Blackwood looked relieved, but he also looked worried. He was hiding something. I could feel it. Holmes could feel it too. We walked to the carriage. I looked at Holmes. I said, What do you think, Holmes? Is Mr. Blackwood the thief? Holmes said, He is lying, Watson. He is hiding something. The button is a strong piece of evidence. But I am not convinced. Something does not feel right. I said, What do you mean? Holmes said, Mr. Blackwood was nervous. He was sweating. He was defensive. That is suspicious, but it is not proof. Anyone would be nervous if they were being accused of theft. The question is, did he steal the necklace? Or is he hiding something else? I said, What else could he be hiding? Holmes said, I am not sure yet, but I have a feeling that there is more to this story. There is something we are missing, something important. We need to find it. We got into the carriage. We started our journey back to London. The streets were busy. The people were rushing. But I was thinking about the case. I was thinking about Mr. Blackwood. I was thinking about the button. I was thinking about the missing necklace. The next day, Holmes received a letter. It was from Lord Harrington. He wrote, Mr. Holmes, please come to my house immediately. Something has happened. My wife has confessed. She told me the truth. Please come quickly. Holmes read the letter. He looked surprised. He said, Watson, we must go to Lord Harrington's house. There has been a development. Lady Harrington has confessed. I was shocked. I said, Lady Harrington? She confessed? She stole her own necklace. Holmes said, I do not know the details yet, but we must go. We must find out what happened. We traveled to Lord Harrington's house as fast as we could. We arrived in less than an hour. Lord Harrington met us at the door. He looked sad. He looked worried. He looked angry. He said, Mr. Holmes, thank you for coming. Please come inside. My wife is waiting. She wants to tell you the truth. We entered the house. We walked to the library. Lady Harrington was sitting in a chair. She was crying. She had tears in her eyes. She looked broken. She looked ashamed. Lord Harrington said, Tell them, Margaret. Tell them the truth. Lady Harrington looked up. She said, Mr. Holmes, I am so sorry. I lied to you. I lied to everyone. I stole the necklace. Holmes was very calm. He said, Please, Lady Harrington, tell us everything. Do not leave anything out. Lady Harrington took a deep breath. She said, I was in debt. I had borrowed money from a dangerous man. He threatened to hurt me. He threatened to hurt my family. He demanded the necklace. He said it would cover my debt. He said if I did not give it to him, he would ruin me. He would hurt my husband. He would hurt my children. She started crying again. She said, I did not want to do it, but I was scared. I was so scared. I knew I could not tell my husband. He would be ashamed of me. He would be angry. He would not forgive me. So, I pretended that someone stole the necklace. I pretended to be a victim. I called you, Mr. Holmes. I asked you to investigate. But it was all a lie. I was the thief. I stole the necklace and gave it to that man. Lord Harrington was very angry. He said, Margaret, how could you? How could you do this to us? How could you lie to me? How could you lie to everyone? Lady Harrington said, I am so sorry, my love. I am so sorry. I did not know what else to do. I was desperate. I was terrified. I made a terrible mistake. Holmes said, Lady Harrington, who is this man? Who did you give the necklace to? Lady Harrington said, His name is Mr. Devereux. He is a loan shark. He operates in the city. He preys on people in debt. He threatens them. He blackmails them. He is a dangerous man. Holmes wrote the name in his notebook. He said, I know Mr. Devereux. He is a known criminal. He has been involved in many crimes. He is very dangerous. But we can get the necklace back. We can catch him. You must tell us everything. You must tell us where we can find him." Lady Harrington said, "He has an office in the city. It is in a building on Fleet Street. He visits it often. If you go there, you might find him. You might find the necklace." Holmes stood up. He said, "Watson, we must go. We must find Mr. Devereux. We must recover the necklace. Lord Harrington, please wait here. We will return. We will solve this case. We will find the truth." Lord Harrington said, "Please, Mr. Holmes, bring back the necklace. Bring back my wife's honor. I will forgive her. She is my wife. I love her. I will help her through this." Holmes nodded. He said, "I will do my best, Lord Harrington. I will not rest until the necklace is found. I will not rest until the truth is revealed." We left the house. We traveled to Fleet Street. It was a busy street. There were many people. There were many buildings. We found the building. It was old and dirty. It was not a nice place. We walked up the stairs. We found Mr. Devereux's office. The door was closed. Holmes knocked. No one answered. He tried the door. It was locked. He said, "Watson, we must wait. He will come back. We will catch him." We waited outside the building. We watched the entrance. We did not move. We were patient. We were determined. After an hour, a man approached. He was tall. He was wearing a black coat. He was carrying a bag. He walked to the door. He opened it. Holmes jumped up. He said, "Mr. Devereux, I presume. I am Sherlock Holmes. I am here about the necklace. I am here about Lady Harrington." Mr. Devereux looked shocked. He tried to run, but Holmes was faster. He grabbed his arm. He said, "You are not going anywhere. You are under arrest. The police are on their way." Mr. Devereux struggled. He tried to escape, but Holmes was strong. He held him tightly. I helped him. Together, we held Mr. Devereux. We kept him there until the police arrived. The police handcuffed him. They searched his bag. Inside, they found the necklace. The beautiful diamond necklace. The necklace that had caused so much trouble. The necklace that had been stolen. The necklace that had been sold to cover a debt. We returned to Lord Harrington's house. We gave him the necklace. He was so happy. He hugged his wife. He said, "Margaret, I forgive you. You made a mistake, but I forgive you. We will get through this together. We will rebuild our lives. We will find a way." Lady Harrington cried. She said, "Thank you, my love. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for helping me. I am so sorry for all the trouble I caused. I will make it up to you. I promise." Holmes said, "It is my job to help people. It is my job to find the truth. I have done my job. The necklace is recovered. The criminal is caught. The case is solved." But was it really solved? Or was there more to the story? Would Lady Harrington really change? Or would she continue to make mistakes? Would Lord Harrington truly forgive her? Or would he hold a grudge? Would their marriage survive this crisis? Or would it break? These are questions for another day. For now, the case is closed. The necklace is back where it belongs. The thief is in prison. The truth has been revealed. But wait, there is more. In the next episode, we will discover something shocking. Something that changes everything. Something that reveals a deeper conspiracy. A plot that involves more than just a stolen necklace. A plot that goes all the way to the top. Who is really behind all of this? Why did Mr. Devereux really want the necklace? What secrets are the Harringtons hiding? What is the truth about their past? What is the truth about their future? Find out in part 3 of the case of the missing necklace. The final part. The most shocking part. The part that will leave you breathless.